Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Animefied. Today, let us discuss about anime named Uncharted Walker. Let's begin. A girl wakes up a boy who is in a room where one side has a wall of spikes that is moving every minute. They find an axe to break the window. The boy named Xing makes a promise saying that he will not leave and tries to break the wall, but the axe gets broken because the wall is made up of granite. So, the boy broke the window with the help of an iron rod which was found in the girl's room, and gets out while the wall moves even closer. The girl cries that she got cheated one more time and recalls an old memory of getting cheated on by her friends when they are in really heavy snowfall, and a friend was injured. Then suddenly the boy saves her and they get out of the room and wonder what this place is. While running away, they both fall from the ladder into the ocean, and the boy gets unconscious, and now the girl takes him to the nearby lighthouse and she faces a new man named Xing and the dead body in the lighthouse room. Xing starts asking her about both, but soon they realize that Ning Yuan has short span of memory, including his identity. The new boy finally trusts them and becomes the leader. He asks them to collect food and provide him with half of it. All three of them collect rabbit meat, mushrooms, and fruits. While cooking meat, new boy starts raping the girl, but Ning saves her and introduces them as a team. Now they see cannibals taking a person from a trap and killing him. The girl gets unconscious after seeing such cruel death. Now the scene shifts that while going to pee, the girl gets caught by some of those cannibals, and a new lady named Tracy saves her by killing the cannibal. Now, when other cannibals come to attack them, Officer Tracy saves them. The man introduces them to his cave and other members like a magician, an archaeology professor, a drug dealer, a businessman, and a football player. They make two groups based on exploring and staying in the cave. Xing offers $20 million to stay on his team with archaeologist. The professor offers $10 million. Now the fight starts between all of them during 2 rounds of voting, and they all go exploring the pyramid. Now they are in front of the pyramid, which looks like a Maya pyramid according to the professor. They explore it and find burning marks, while they split into 2 teams. The first team explores the pyramid and the second team stays outside. While staying out, they get attacked by the savages and try to hide inside the pyramid and close the door. While going inside, Ning gets hit by savages and is going to die in 10 hours from now, if not treated. While going inside, there is water down there and they save a couple more people, including Andri, a housewife, and Hechun, a professor reading the language of savages and knowing about the pyramid. Sue cures the professor because she is a medical student, and he gets recovered soon. Everyone introduces themselves and they try to find a way out, which is right in front of them. Professor Gyrout explains to them the construction of the pyramid, and it's impossible to survive in the water because it's flowing with a speed like current. They come up with a plan that Andre will swim and climb up the pillar and will save others with the rielt. After everyone is saved, the professor explains the structure and the meaning of those words. He tells them an old story of Naga, mortal goblins, and other rules. Now they cross all the pillars, and while opening the door, the housewife gets killed as a sacrifice. Now the door gets opened and they swim in it and the draining process gets started. Later, they see the skeleton and snakeskin, where Ning's body starts getting affected by the poison. They reach the exit door, but that needs a sacrifice, and now the vote happens and the gambler gets left behind. After coming out, they save Ning and get attacked by a snake, and now savages appear and start talking to them in their language. Now we see those savages taking them to their place and asking for a cure. Their grandfather returned. When they reach the place, Sue realizes that they need medicine, which can be found in the forest. Now, Andri, Officer Tracy, and Sue go to get the medicine, while Professor starts reading the text written in the wall talking about their god and how they suffered because of humans, which was written in the Gabellian language. Now the professor finds out that his mentor signed a document with an unknown organization, which says that his body will not be buried and destroyed, so maybe he is still alive. Now, he recalls an old story of giving life to a dead dog with a green-colored dose by his master. Now they wonder if he is alive or not. Now the sunrise is about to happen, but the group hasn't returned yet because they get attacked by some red-eye ghosts, so those savages take Hechun to kill him. Fortunately, the group came back and saved the grandfather. Now the old man tells Sue the story of the volcano and those red-eye ghosts. He says that, if they will cut you, you will become like them. It is the 8th day and the scene opens in a new place where the magician presents a ring to a half-face covered man and a lady, and they discuss the goblin god, and the half-face covered man scares the magician with half-burned face. Now while thanking, Miss Tracy notices the mentor there and wonders how he looks young from last time. After the magician leaves, they talk about trusting Ning, but now mentor tells him that he is dealing with amnesia, and the half-faced burnt man gets sad with this news and says he is nothing without him. Now the scene shifts to the jungle and the savages and group members hunting fish. and the officer taking bath in a hot bikini, and they go to attend the Feast of Savages while having wine. Andri challenges them to play a shooting game and wins. Now the archaeologists ask the father of the group to leave the place and explore the volcanoes, and he agrees, but later on, he asks them to join the ceremony of their group, and they are the chief. He donates a bowl of blood and the new chief drinks it, but that was the organ of red eye ghosts, and he becomes a demon and gives orders to kill everyone. Everyone runs in. The chef also gets killed. It's day 9 and everyone gets separated while running. Now, Sue is in a savage trap, but they leave her because she saved their grandfather and she runs towards the volcano. Now, the professor and Hetchin are at the beach and they are surrounded by crocodiles, so they decide to leave the area ASAP. Now Hetchin cheated them and left the place by swimming underwater. He regrets his decision and decides to help them. On the other hand, he sees Xing who is smoking and he asks about Sue and Ning. But now he is blaming Hetchin for leaving them alone. Suddenly the red-eye ghost appears and Xing decides to fight with them and asks Hetchin to go and help Ning. He ties up the rope to a tree and asks them to cross with it, but Ning turns as the rope gets stretched and he walks on the rope. But while running from the water, a crocodile was about to attack Ning, but Xing saves him and now his eyes are red, which signals that he got attacked by those red-eye ghosts. Now they move forward, but Xing will come behind them following their marks because maybe he can attack them. Now, while going they see an open place, but soon they realize that it's a swamp and the professor tells them how to cross the swamp by swimming backward. But Hetchin gets stuck and Ning promises to rescue him. Now, Xing also gets stuck in a swamp and seeing this Ning saves everyone with a rope. Now the scene shifts to another group, where they get attacked by red-eye ghosts, but Officer Tracy saves them, and now they decide to divide in 2 groups. Andri and Sue go to find herbs, Tracy with others, and the magician goes to find food. On the other hand, Xing and Ning promise each other to go together and kill each other if they become a zombie. It's the 10th day and Tracy's group finds a lot of herbs, food, and other stuff. Ning and Xing find a bag of food that is left by Sue's group and assume they are safe and vacated, but left the bag behind in case of some emergency. They follow the direction leading to the mountain. Meanwhile, Tracy brings a story on suspicious Andri, and she tells that years ago, in a drug mission, they killed a guy and got to know about his brother and she thinks that he is one of those brothers. But now suddenly Professor disappeared and while finding him, Magician also disappeared. Tracy blames Andri. But suddenly, while saving Sue, they jumped into the same ocean which opens in an underground cave. On the other hand, Ning group feels exhausted and decides to take shower, but while bathing in the hot river near volcano, Professor Gerard starts feeling cold and is suspected of malaria. Xing and the professor decide to stay behind because the professor is sick and Xing's eyes are getting blurred. Now Tracy and Andri decide to go and explore the area. While going inside, they find a handmade tunnel and Tracy turns the light on and finds a construction room. While going inside the crane, the lights turn red and someone attacks her. Now, while listening to her screaming, Andri and everyone run towards her and tries to find out what happened, but she misunderstood the situation and thought Andri attacked her. They start to fight, but Ning yells saying if they continue fighting, he will drop the food into the machine. It's day 11 and we see that Sue is helping the professor. While taking to Magician, Ning and other team members arrive, and the professor wakes up and his condition is also better. Now Ning asks Sue to come with him and helps Yang and Professor Gerard. Later, when they go to check on them, there is no one and the food is left there carefully. A knife is stabbed at a high distance, and everyone hopes that they are in the lab and safe. They all go back to another group and decide to explore further. After going inside the lab, the archaeologist tells them that he was a software engineer for 10 years and earned a lot. Meanwhile, a very huge room opens up with lots of machines and devices. They wonder who brought them here and they find a dead body and use his ID to go inside the lab. The professor opens the master computer and is trying to hack the computer password. Now, Professor guides everyone through the security camera, and they keep exploring the place while Tracy's group finds out that the ghost monkeys are created here. On the other hand, Ning's group finds the restaurant full of dead bodies, who died while eating. The restaurant leads to another room where Andri gets scared by a person with steady eyes. It's now the 12th day and Tracy's group is in a medication room. It seems like someone had taken the drug, and they see a dead ghost monkey. On the other hand, Andri finds that the body of the dead human is still elastic and seems fresh. While exploring the area, Tracy's group gets attacked by someone and thinks that it's Andri, so they are hiding inside a locked room. Hetchin stays behind and gets stuck while hiding. Andri and Sue go inside a bathroom and gets unconscious because of the poisonous gas. Afterward, the door opens, and we see a black man at the door. At the same time, while checking the dead man, they find a notebook where a 40-word sentence is written. They try to unlock the computer with that and it gets unlocked, but it asks for a second verification. Later, everyone asks the footballer to go and get the dead man's hand by chopping his hand off his body, but he refused because he is Buddhist and shall not commit such a sin. Everyone forces him because he is the only one who can run fast. When he agreed, he had to face psychological problem and get scared while chopping the hand. But Ning convinces in speaker and motivates him, so the footballer picks up the body and rushes. In 17 seconds, he grabs the thumb and scans it. But the story doesn't end here. Will they be successful in escaping? Or will they be sacrificed? If this video gets enough likes and comments, there will be part 2. See you in the next video. Peace.